Namaste and welcome, dear friends, to today's meditation session. The theme for today's meditation is wisdom. Wisdom is often confused with knowledge. Knowledge is the accumulation of information, of data, or even skills by educating ourselves or through experiences. On the other hand, wisdom is utilizing this knowledge in a way which creates balance, which is thoughtful and mindful and useful. So, what happens with wisdom is that not only do we use these ideas that we have gained from the world, but we also try to see life situations in a more meaningful way so that we can act rightly and we can respond appropriately. And this is an important characteristic of a wise person. A wise person does not react emotionally, but responds appropriately. The wise people understand that life can be complex, life can be impermanent, life keeps changing all the times. There will be twists and turns, there will be so many uncertainties and challenges, and yet the wise person is able to keep himself or herself steady in the midst of circumstances. That is because wisdom brings a kind of a light into our life where we are able to differentiate what truly matters to what is temporary and superficial and fleeting. An important aspect of wisdom is that there is self awareness. So, a wise person is aware of his or her weaknesses and strengths. They do not act out of egoic motivation or out of personal desire, but they are always conscious of their thoughts, their emotions, and they are learning lessons from every experience that they go through. Another very important aspect that wisdom brings into our life is balance. Is knowing that life is going to have both extremes of pleasure and pain, of gain or loss, success or failure, and yet being able to equanimous in be centered and calm in the middle of these storms. That is the characteristic of the wise person, and this balance can be brought about only by understanding that the nature of this life is dual, but the nature of our own self, our own Atman, is singular. It is absolute. And knowing that we are absolute and anchoring ourselves in the Atman, it is easy to go through the dual universe with a constancy, with a calmness, a steadiness within. Another facet of wisdom is compassion. So, wisdom is not supposed to be cold and dispassionate and untouched or totally impersonal. True wisdom brings warmth and understanding. And in fact, true wisdom is love. True love is wisdom. That's why Saint Kabir Das he said, "Pothi pad jag mua bhaya na pandit koi, dhai akhar prem ka pade so pandit hoy." Means he is the pandit. He is the true wise person who knows that the 2.5 letters of prem or love is the real wisdom. This is the real lesson that we have come here on earth to learn. And if we were to but love everybody as our own, we will be considered as wise. Now, it is important to understand that wisdom is not limited by or not decided by age of the physical body or by the educational qualification a person has or even by the experiences. Yes, experiences do give us some wisdom, but this is not guaranteed because we see there are so many people around us who go through life circumstances, but they never pause to reflect on those circumstances. On the other hand, a wise person observes life carefully. He asks questions and he learns the important lessons that there are in circumstances, and then he grows mature out of those experiences. In the spiritual realm, most spiritual traditions know and accept wisdom to be the highest virtue because it is wisdom that removes the veil of ignorance, of delusion from our life and brings us into the light of truth, the truth about God, the truth about ourselves, the truth about oneness, the truth that we are absolute bliss here and now. So, wisdom brings that love and that truth and that bliss into our life, and therefore, wisdom tends to free us. So, in conclusion, wisdom brings balance, it brings understanding, it brings love and compassion, it turns our knowledge into meaningful action, and therefore it makes life more peaceful and more fulfilling. And most importantly, it removes the veil of ignorance. So, it is important that wisdom be cultivated in this world where there is too much restlessness, too much distraction on one hand, and too much loneliness on the other. It is important to cultivate that wisdom which will free us from all these limitations. So, dear friends, let us begin today's meditation with a prayer. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashay, Swami Sri Yukteswar Ji, beloved Gurudev, Paramhansa Yogananda Ji, saints and sages of all religions, humbly we bow at thy feet. O source of all light and truth, grant me the wisdom to see clearly, beyond illusions, beyond fleeting desires, into the heart of what truly is. May I learn from every experience, grow through every challenge, and remain steady through every change. May I not seek wisdom only for myself, but share its light with others, bringing peace where there is unrest and understanding where there is confusion. With a humble heart, I bow to the omniscient divine wisdom. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us now sing the hymn to Brahma and a chant to open ourselves to divine wisdom, to receive the light within us.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilakshayam Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tvam Namami. Tvameva Mata Japita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva.
Let's sing the chant, from joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt. The highest wisdom is Sat Chit Ananda, and we are that Sat Chit Ananda. Therefore, Master wrote this beautiful chant which affirms that I am joy, my source is joy, I live in joy, and I shall dissolve in that infinite joy, that infinite bliss, which is my true nature.
From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt again.
So I have this feeling that many of you are thinking that the song is saying, from joy I came, for joy I live, but why is it that I'm not feeling the joy? So now what you're not feeling is part of your mind and your feeling, but what is the truth? Is it not the truth that from joy I came, for joy I live, in sacred joy I melt? So focus on the absolute truth brought by the God and the Gurus, and Don't think of what your thoughts are saying right now, because thoughts themselves are supposed to trap you in Maya, in sorrow. So leave aside those thoughts. Know the truth in your heart that you indeed are made of joy, and then sing this chant and feel it in yourself and smile to yourself.
From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt again. From joy I came, from joy I came, from joy I came.
I have come from joy. I am made of the omnipresent power and joy of God. God Himself is Satchidananda. Therefore, I am Ananda. I have come from this Anand, the ocean of bliss. Right now, I am living in the ocean of bliss. I am the vast, infinite ocean of bliss. And this body is only floating in my vast, infinite ocean of bliss. I am consciousness, not the body. The body is only a fraction of my infinite oceanic bliss. And this body will dissolve into my own ocean of bliss. To know this truth is the ultimate wisdom. Before we enter into meditation on wisdom, let's prepare ourselves. Let us check our posture. Is our spine straight, maintaining its natural curves? Is our heart open? Pull back your shoulders a bit. Keep your hands, palms facing upwards at the junction of thighs and abdomen. Keep your chin parallel to the ground and relaxed. Smile gently to yourself. And now let us screen our entire body, and we will relax each body part by smiling into the body part. So starting from your left foot, feel that the cells of your left foot are smiling. All the bones, the muscles, the ligaments, the blood vessels, every part of your left foot is smiling. Now come to your right foot and feel that from the deepest part of your bone marrow, the bones, the ligaments, the muscles, the blood vessels, the nerves, all are smiling. Screen your ankle joints. Now feel here that the joint space between the bones in the joint, that is smiling too. Feel both calves. Smile in the muscles of the calves. If your gaze is not uplifted as yet, don't forget to uplift your gaze. Either focus deeply at the point between the eyebrows or gently upraise your eyeballs behind closed eyelids. And then coming back to the smiling cells of the body, feel both your knees and smile in your knees. Your left knee is smiling. Your right knee is smiling. Feel the emoji of smiling that you use so many times in your texts. You feel that emoji happening into your bones and joints and body parts. Feel your thighs, your left thigh, all the muscles are smiling. Your right thigh is also smiling. Feel your hip joints. Feel that they are happy and smiling. Feeling happy makes them smile. Smiling makes them happy. One boosts the other. Now feel your perineum and pelvic floor. Relax here by smiling into the parts. Lower abdomen, below the navel. Feel that this entire area, all the organs within and the abdominal wall is smiling. And same with the upper abdomen. Feel the organs inside the abdomen. Feel that your liver cells are smiling, billions of them. Your pancreas is smiling. Your spleen is smiling. Your kidneys are smiling. And in a sense, these organs are saying, oh my God, thank God this fellow is happy today. We have a chance to smile. So smile to yourself. Let your intestines smile. Let your nervous system smile. Feel your chest and smile as you take a long deep breath. Both your lungs are happy and smiling. And then feel the center of your heart, the heart chakra. The heart, which is physically beating, is also smiling. And the heart chakra, which provides energy to the body in this area, is also smiling. Feel your shoulders and visualize them smiling through and through. The smiling shoulders are happy to keep aside the burden of life that they thought they were carrying, but not anymore. The smile runs down your upper arms. Both elbows are smiling too. Both forearms, both wrist joints, both hands are smiling. They are thanking you for allowing them to rest, relax, and be happy. Feel your throat and neck. Relax the neck muscles on the outside and the deep throat muscles in the inside. Smile in your neck and throat. Feel that the vocal cords within your throat are also smiling. The thyroid gland and all the important blood vessels that flow through your neck and connect your head and the rest of the body. Everything is smiling. Feel your lower jaw and bring it into an actual smile. Relax your upper jaw. Relax your cheeks. Relax your ears. Relax the lower eyelids. Relax the upper eyelids. Smile. Smile. Feel that your eyes and your orbits are smiling. And when our vision is happy, then everything in the world appears to be happy. So we will smile through our eyes. And our forehead is smiling because there is no frown on it. It is happy to just be. In this moment, feel that your scalp covering your skull bones is smiling, and that every strand of hair emanating from your own skull and scalp, that is smiling. Feel that your own aura, your own light around the body is full of a happiness, which is your own, because you have made the choice to be happy in this moment. And this is the highest wisdom. Mentally say to yourself, I am Sat Chit Anand. I am Sat Chit Anand. I am Sat Chit Anand. I and my Father are one. I am made of God's infinite bliss. Now let's relax further. Let's take a long, deep breath in through the nose. And let's expand our abdomen, lower chest and upper chest in a wave. And then pause and gaze upwards. And then relax, exhale, upper chest, lower chest. And then finish the exhalation by drawing in the navel. Inhale again through the nose, expand the abdomen, the lower chest, the upper chest. Pause, gaze upwards. Relax, exhale, upper chest, lower chest, and pull in the abdominal wall. Relax, inhale. Fill in your abdomen, your lower chest and upper chest in a wave. Pause, gaze up, and smile mentally. Relax, exhale. Expel the air from the upper chest, lower chest, and abdomen. And pull in your navel to finish the exhalation. Now let go of all control over your breath. Allow the breath to flow freely as it wants to. God and not you, or universal intelligence and not you, have either created the breath or is managing the breath going in and out of this body. Allow the universal intelligence or God to manage it for you. Mentally step back from your breath as if you are the observer and the breath is the observed object. It is coming into your body, it is going out of your body of its own accord. You are simply watching this process as the breath flows in through the nostrils, the nasal passages. It then passes into your trachea, your bronchi. It then fills your lungs. The air exchange happens, then reverse order, it goes out from your lungs into your bronchi, your trachea, your nasal passages, and out of the nostrils. You have done nothing. You are simply observing. Focus on your nasal passages or on the Agya chakra. And as the next breath comes in, feel the air movement. And also feel the air movement as the breath goes out. The incoming breath is relatively cool. The outgoing breath is relatively warm. Notice, observe, feel. When the next inhalation begins, feel that the inhaling breath is reverberating with the sound Hong. The outgoing breath is reverberating with the sound Saw. When the next breath comes in spontaneously on its own, mentally follow with the pure mental chant of Hong, H-O-N-G. Match the length of the mental chant with the length of the inhalation. When the exhalation begins spontaneously on its own, mentally follow with the mental chant of Saw, S-A-U, and again match the length of the mental chant with the length of the exhalation. Do not be in a hurry to initiate the next breath. The body knows when to breathe in. You are simply watching, feeling, mentally following. There is no hurry, there is no stress. The incoming sound of Hong means aham, and Saw has been derived from Saha. I am he. Hong, Saw is the bead sound made by the moving prana with the inhalation and exhalation derived from the truth. I am he. I am spirit. I am bliss. I am love. I am peace. Be attentive on your breath. Let us practice the Hong So technique by ourselves for the next 6-7 minutes. If the mind wanders, gently bring it back. Uplift your gaze. Follow your breath with hong and song. Now let's leave the practice of Hong Sau aside. Relax into the bliss and space of your own being. Feel that your heart chakra is rotating like a wheel. It is a chakra. And as it is rotating, it's creating a field of white light in your heart. Feel that the white light is very intense and yet mellow, soothing and cooling. And then visualize that this light is moving out from your heart chakra in front of you, forming a sphere of white light. As you look into this sphere of white light, it starts taking the form of the divine feminine of Ma Saraswati. Feel the white field in front of you, in which is sitting the beautiful mother, Ma Saraswati. Look at her face. She has a white bindi and white dots over her eyebrows. Beautiful ornaments in her ears. A beautiful golden crown on her head. Black hair shining. Ornaments around her neck. She's draped in a beautiful white sari with a golden border. Golden ornaments around her waist. Beautiful red-colored alta in her feet. She is sitting on a white lotus, which is emanating more white light. Next to her is her Vahana, the white swan, the Hansa. She has 4 hands. 2 hands are holding the Veena, representing harmony. 1 hand is holding the Vedas, representing all knowledge. And 1 more hand is holding the rosary, the mala, representing mindfulness. When she plucks 1 string in her veena, heavenly music is produced. The sound of Om reverberates. Feel her smiling in front of you. Mentally bow to her and say to her, O Mother Divine, I give you my heart's love, and I also lay the ignorance within me at thy feet. I bring out the darkness that is hidden within me, and I lay it at thy feet for purification, for thou art my mother. All the obstacles which are within me, which prevent me from learning, whether it is anxiety or fear or feeling unworthy, I give them all to you, O Mother. As you give each of these dark spots or obstacles in your life to Mother, she is still smiling. And one by one, whatever you have offered to her starts to dissolve in this sphere of light in which she is appearing. And now, from the two hands that she is holding the veena, she lifts one hand in blessing. And from that raised hand in blessing, white light starts to emanate. And it enters your forehead. And you feel that this continuous stream of white light is filling your brain. In your brain, your doubts are getting washed away. There is no confusion. Clarity is increasing. All the negative vices within us, they are getting washed away by the light coming from the hand of Ma Saraswati, entering in our brains and then descending downwards into our whole body. The light enters our chest and heart, descends into our abdomen, into our whole being, into our limbs. The light expands beyond our bodily frame into our aura. This is endless light, pure light, loving light, the light of wisdom, the light of truth. You are shining with this light. The room around you is shining with your light. You have become space and light. The cells of the body have been replaced by space and light. Now that you have become space and light yourself, the vision of Ma Saraswati dissolves back into the sphere of light in front of you, and that re-enters your own heart from where it came. And there is light and only light. Love and light are the wisdom of the universe. And you are that. As we'll be in the love and light, let us hear a few words on wisdom by Swami Kriyananda. We often hear the expression, sadder but wiser. This is the mark of worldly wisdom, which people equate with disillusionment. Indeed, worldly hopes, sooner or later, all end in disappointment, and sometimes in great sorrow. Worldly wisdom often wears the garb of sadness. Not so divine wisdom. On the spiritual path, the expression should be happier and wiser. For true human wisdom means recognizing at last the pathway out of delusion and toward the light of truth. Divine wisdom is omniscience itself. In such wisdom, there is no shadow of sorrow, only bliss absolute, bliss infinite, bliss eternal. Let us do the following affirmation a few times. As I learn the lessons that life teaches me, I grow toward ever greater joy and freedom. As I learn the lessons that life teaches me, I grow toward ever greater joy and freedom. As I learn the lessons that life teaches me, I grow toward ever greater joy and freedom. Mentally follow this prayer. I am grateful, Lord, for every test you send me. Each time I stumble, help me to learn. Each time my human weakness makes me fall, help me to grow stronger. May I realize behind every pain thy calm, reassuring wisdom. Om. Let us share, dear friends, the love, light, peace, and wisdom that we have received with soul friends everywhere. Divine Mother, thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all thy children. Manifest thy healing presence in all bodies, all minds, and all souls. Om. 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 Divine Mother, great Gurus, may thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of our devotion, and may we be able to awaken thy love in all true hearts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.